Good evening. I'm very tired, so I'm going to make this as short as I can. I'm getting to a state of being overwhelmed and overtired. I've had a lot of stuff going on before I even left Portugal that, I could sit there and concentrate on the fact that I didn't really need the stress, I didn't really need the extra messing about, but everything leads you to the place where you want to be. So the people that came, it wasn't right for them, and they should have gone, and they're still there, even though they said they didn't like it and the energy was wrong, they didn't want to be around there, and it's like, and they're still sat there, and still in the geodome, and they're still on the land, as well as the two people that I've had to bring in because I needed to get someone in because they was leaving and they didn't want to stay and they didn't want to be there. So it's like, it's knowing they're there is doing my head in. Maybe it's just that I'm tired, but knowing how rude they were and how they really wanted to get out and they were going, and as soon as they could they'd be gone, knowing they're still there, it's like nuts. Like, I think that if they wanted to go, why haven't they gone yet? Why have they not just gone and gone to wherever it was that they wanted? Wherever it, like, why do they have to stay? Like, why are they still there on my property? Like, after I even said, look, I want you gone tomorrow on the letter. And sure, if they were given an extra day or two because they needed to do whatever, fair enough. But it's like, there's possibilities out there. They've got friends apparently all over Portugal. Well, why haven't they gone? Because they didn't like it there. They didn't like the way I mutilated my cat. They didn't like what I was doing to my own body. They didn't like my choices. They didn't like the way that I'd not set it up how they'd have it set up. They didn't like the way that I treated my animals. And yet they're still sat there. Like, it's like, I just don't get people sometimes. I really don't. And I'm confused as to why they're still sat there, because they said they needed rest, fair enough. And they told me getting myself sorted was my responsibility, which I did, and I got them replaced, as you know. And they don't seem to have carried out what the threat was, which was they was going. Like, not that, it was like they were going, wow, hold on a minute, and they just needed a day or two to rest. Well, they've rested and it's so nice and peaceful now. That's not my problem. And it's like they knew that they were coming somewhere when there was festa on, and they're not doing anything there to contribute to anything. They're just there, taking up the geodome, which can't be fixed until they're out of there. So it's frustrating, because I'm sure that they've got plenty of places to go, but while I was there, most of the time there was sunbathing and stuff, and if they're going for walks, great, but there's nowhere around there that takes volunteers apart from one place with the Dutch girls down in the village across. So it seems silly that they think they're going to find somewhere, because Moira and Too Short wouldn't want them there either, because they wouldn't stand for that kind of, like, being told what to do or not to do and being judged in their own house. There's no way Moira and Too Short would put up with that. I just let them believe what they want, because it doesn't, to a certain point it doesn't bother me. They can believe and think what they want. I really genuinely don't care. But it's just frustrating being told what to do in your own home. But you know, it's one of those things. But I know Moira and Too Short will not at all have that. And that has got me so that everything was so cram-packed and overwhelming before I even left that we had to squeeze everything into a short period of time to sort things out with Lionel and Si. And now the boys are managing things there and they're doing all right as far as I know. And I have great faith in Si and his abilities with that. And I believe in Lionel and his capabilities and his strength and his love for the animals as well. So that's not an issue, but I also think it's unfair that they've still got to put up with that and that I didn't manage to sort it because I don't know where the hell they were before I left, and I know that they disappeared twice and I didn't see them even though I tried to stay up for them, and I didn't sleep, so that meant I was awake from 6 in the morning travelling, and then I don't think that I slept. I think I kind of was like that, you know, when you drop in, and then the next day all the travelling, so I was behind then, and then it was like a whole day of appointments and stuff, which, as you know, if you watch the previous videos, I was super like tense and stressed with that. And then today sorting out things with my parents, going to do stuff and waiting on the call from the doctor. And the call was interesting because I'd waited on the call from the doctor and I was cool about it, but everyone else was not cool about having to wait for a call from the doctor. So everyone else, I knew it was, I need to wait for him so I can have some news, but everyone else was like, it's really important, blah blah blah, and what's he saying, what's he doing, and it's like, whoa. So before I'd had a chance to think, I'm getting asked questions and getting to hear everyone else's two penneth worth, which is frustrating because it doesn't allow you to sit with yourself, to hear your thoughts. There's too much noise. When you're used to being on your own like I am, to have so many people and their opinions and so many things to think about or try and do. And as much as I would love to be able to just not think of home, I'm still thinking of, like, I've got this home, I'm thinking of that, and I've got Portugal home, and I've got the animals, and there's so much things that I'm thinking of because I just don't turn off from that love and knowing that I'm responsible for, you know. It's a strange thing. I can't just pretend that one doesn't exist. It's both and. So I can't. My head is here and trying to be present, but actually it's not able to be present at the moment, even though I'm trying so hard. And every time I'm trying to get my mantras, people are talking, and then it's like whereas before I could mantra and listen to someone and hear what they were saying and think about it and answer them. Now it's like my ability to be an observer is slipping away, and now I'm more getting caught up in the stuff because I'm so tired and I can't hear myself think. Looking forward to seeing Zahir tomorrow because it's like hopefully the best medicine. I shouldn't have expectations of tomorrow. I should just know that I'm going and I'm going to sit there and he's going to sit there and there's going to be that love, that loving presence and loving awareness and being. But anything else than that, I don't know. No one knows. It's the beauty of sitting with someone like Zahir. It's so special, where you're just present, and there are questions, and there are more questions. There's just sitting with you, you know, sitting with yourself. And when I was so overwhelmed coming back, before I was getting a question before I'd even got through the hallway, and I can't blame her, my nana. She just loves me and she wants to know, and she's been waiting all day like everyone else had, and I was still trying to process, and I still am, because I still can't hear myself think, and I need to remember what this is all about, because I feel like I'm getting caught up in other people's thoughts and judgments and not making the decision that I was so sure of at first. And it's like things are all getting cloudy and fuzzy and changing, and it's really bizarre, and I need to honour my truth, but I feel like I almost don't know I don't know what my truth is anymore, and that's a really weird place to be sat. But that's also, I know that's impacted because I'm so ridiculously tired, and I'm so really in pain. Like, I'm not sitting down very well at all at the moment. So tomorrow, sitting down, I might have to ask Zahir, can I sit on the floor? Are you gonna be alright with that? Because I'm hurting right now, and I don't want to like stick out like a sore thumb, but at the same time I want to be comfortable, but I want to be in your presence, and I don't want to miss it. I've missed so much of seeing people and being able to connect with people, because usually I'm running round, when I come to Manchester, I'm running round after my precious girl, my daughter, and trying to help her out. Well, this is so important because I came here for me. This time was for me, for my body consult. So I need to honour that, and not forget that this time. And I need to try and figure out and make my peace with whatever choices that I'm making in the time scale that I have to make it. And it's bizarre, it really is bizarre, because Dr. George spoke to me and he said that the cancer's not spread, and that it isn't in my lymph nodes, and he said that the scans and everything look fine, and he fully recommends the full hysterectomy. And I said, well, I know that I said that's what I wanted, but how about if I didn't have that? And he said, because of your age, you're 42, we highly recommend that, because it comes back, and when it comes back, you know, it comes back, and it's better to take everything out now. But I thought, my body's better than it was when I was 25. Like, I'm healthier. And logically, as in my logic, no one else's logic, my logic, what I believe, based on what I've learned, what I've seen, what I've experienced, Bruce Lipton, Michael Beckwith, Gabor Mate, Alberto Villoldo, they're my great teachers. They are my, I wouldn't say gurus, but they almost may be, because they've brought me from darkness into light, right? Those teachers, I know I love Ram Dass, he is my lighthouse, but when it comes to those other teachers, they are the ones that have proved that cutting shit out isn't necessary. Stephen Jenkinson in his books, he always says, like, looking at things, what's really for the highest good, and in my experience right now, I don't know, and I hadn't wanted to make a logical decision because I was so sure because of the dream, and maybe I'm not sure at anything anymore because I'm just feeling so tired, and I believe in the healing waters of and how do we know? Because there's so many changes in my body since being in the healing waters that it wasn't the healing waters. They've taken stuff away, leaving me with the very bare minimum stage 1 thing. And it's like, I really don't have to put my body through this. So why am I even contemplating it? Why is this so hard for me? And I feel torn, and I'm torn between my ego and my faith. My faith in believing in what I woke up being hearing, and my ego of what I think's right. So my sense of righteousness is arguing with my truth, my belief system, and it's really bizarre observing it, what to do. It's funny because I came back and I was feeling so overwhelmed, and I snapped at my nana, which is bang out of order, right? And I have apologised and everything, and I came into my room, and on my bed was a parcel from Basu, and as I opened it up, and I opened up the thing, that is what met me. Can you see? Ramdas. Can you see what he's saying? Can you? He's saying it's you. It's you. You have all the answers. You have all the answers. And it's really funny because you have all the answers and you know, and it's all inside you. So forget everyone fucking else. Because it's all perfect. You. So I sat and I cried. Because he's right. And it is all about me. And it is all inside me. And Ram Dass is always, always, always fucking right. Always. He always has me right. He always has my back. He's coming through Vasu. He's here. He's here. He's laughing. He's laughing at me. He's laughing at the situation. He's loving me with a whole heart. Maharaji. He's got my back. He's there. He is there. He's looking down on me and going, come on now. Because it's you. You know? He's watching me. He's loving me. He's telling me I'm okay. And this book is precious, precious book. Ram Dass and Stephen Levine, Grist for the Mill. Two of my favourite people, or my favourite energies on the planet that enter my day every day, and just recently I've not managed to get my daily dose of Stephen Levine. And now I'm going to be able to get it, but I kept forgetting. So, and this is where I'm at. Overwhelmed, overtired, tense, forgetting who I am, forgetting to look at myself, forgetting to sit with myself, and just really overtired. So I'm going to go now. I've shared this, and I'm going to, like, maybe I'll be quiet, maybe I won't, because I want to keep you all up to date of where I'm at. But tomorrow I'm really going to go to answers are here. I'm going to sit. I'm just going to wait and try and sit in the silence. And I've got my beads. I'm going to try and be in that loving awareness. And I'm aware that this is a tool. The answers are in me. But at the minute I'm holding on to these beads for dear life, because these beads are helping bringing me back to centre when it feels like everything else is just going around me, and I feel like the world is a spaghetti junction of too much noise, too much light, too many people, too many sensations, too many smells, too many everything, just everything. And I just need that space to breathe and be, and remember who and what I am, and tune back into my truth, whatever that is. At the minute my truth is sitting here being honest and sharing that my head's up my arse and I'm overwhelmed, and it's all a bit crazy, and yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow. And I love everyone, I really do, but it's time for maybe some radio silence, maybe not, and certainly tomorrow, you know, to just be. I shall be sitting with Zahir. I can't wait to see him. So finally, like, get to see my friend. So I know that sounds mad because I have friends, but I've been so detached from my true longer term friends that to actually physically be with them is going to be a truly amazing experience, just because I can see them and touch them with consent, of course. And there's only 2 other people that I'd really like to see in touch, but divine timing and stuff, it'll all be right when it's right. And I need to just start with Zahir, and might end with Zahir as well. I don't know, because he's so precious friend. So I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm sending love to everyone. Honour your truth, folks, and try and find that space to sit and breathe and be. So I love yous all lots, and don't worry about me, please don't. It's going to be all perfect, it always is, and the universe has my back. Ram Dass is just right here with me, and so is Maharaji. Big loves to everyone, and have an awesome night, awesome day, and stay true. One love.